Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody today? Let me get situated. And hold on, I gotta fix a lot of things here for you people. There's a lot of production value that goes on to putting this quality entertainment for you people. You think it just happens magically. You think TV and great art and movies, they just appear on your screen. You don't think there's effort and work that goes behind the camera? There's really not. I really just, it's like two buttons I think I hit, if that much. at most, at best. It's just already starting with the negative. Anyway, what's happening? Wait, let me fix. I like this. Show this a little better. Maybe. Maybe. Let's move this. I want to move this over here. I got moving around to do. I got to do some moving. I'm going to do that over there. I'm going to move this up here. See, I'm wearing a pin today. Hold on a second. I'll explain why. Okay, I wore this once before. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to throw it on the other side. Bear with me. I hope I don't... I hate putting pins on because I always get stuck. Okay, let's put that on. There we go. Anyway. Oh, I can't start a show. Obviously, we're not in the studio tonight, as you can see. And we're not in the library tonight, which you can see, my second studio. And we're not in any kind of a location. We're in another remote. But I don't have Steve. I don't have Tony. Then there's no Sally. So, but when I'm here, I almost forgot my partner in this location. Hold on. The one and only Kermit. How are we doing, Kerm? I haven't seen Kermit in a while, right? You guys, he's doing pretty good. The leaves look brightly green, the foliage. But I'll tell you, the leaves look a little down. He looks a little sad. They're not, you see the leaves, they're kind of droopy, kind of Monday feel, kind of wintry feel, even though the temperature is not bad. How was your weekend? It was rainy, wasn't it? Oh boy, it was kind of that Sunday yesterday was just terrible. Oh my gosh. Let's see, where can we put this that you could see Kermit? I like Kermit to be, yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad right there. I like that. Now I feel comfortable. It only took, it's 6:33, 3 minutes, I set it up. You can see everything. You got the Govs Comedy Club, so precisely situated. You have Kermit to my left, to your right. You can now have, you can see almost dumbbells. And you can obviously see the button that I'm wearing, which is a library button, and I'll get to that story in a minute. I was going to make this a real love library day, because I have a story about the library, and for several reasons, but we'll get to that momentarily. Did you all have a good weekend? By the way, in case you didn't know, this is the Steve Squared Show, December 4th, 6:34. It's a little chilly. It's getting a little chilly. It's the evening, of course, in December. This is our first December show. Last week was our post-Thanksgiving show. Now we're in it. This is it. This is panic time. You're 21 days until Christmas. It comes fast, right? You feel like, well, Christmas is at the end of the month. I got time. All of a sudden, it starts coming fast. December 4th, and then, which is nighttime already. And you can feel the anxiety, the tension, the fear outside. It's people are all over each other. It's very chaotic out there. It's just you see people all over the place. And, they're all cutting you off. Do you feel there's an anger on the road? There's a more than the usual. There's a real intensity out there when you're driving. You got to really be on your toes because people are mad. They're angry. They're aggressive drivers. They're trying to get to places, get shopping. Nothing spells the holiday spirit more than traffic and cutting people off. It's just, And I always feel it's funny. There's these, people screaming at each other online, cutting each other off. And then there's that day before Christmas, the midnight mass, and everybody's a little nicer, they're a little kinder. They maybe hold a door for you. Hi, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. The day before they were cursing you out because you got the last Dak ham. You got the last rubber Dak ham on the shelf. and they were cursing you. That mofo! And now they're, Merry Christmas. May peace be with you and to yours. Until December 26th. You mother beep! And I like it angry. You don't have to change yourself for one day. Be who you are. Always, never change who you are. You don't have to be kinder because the calendar says so. You should always be kind. Speaking of kind, have you done? I'm very excited. I have a Toys for Tots reveal coming up. I'm very excited. My toys that I bought for the Toys for Tots have arrived. Just a couple of them. I always buy more, but these are the big ones. If you follow me, if you know me, you know what these will be. But I'll open them up for you. Probably, I don't know when. It's sick. I don't want to do it right away. I'm still in the appetizer of the show. It's not the main course yet. So I'm still setting the table, getting the napkins out, getting the utensils. Are you going to use silverware or plasticware? I'm such an advocate of just plastic all over the place. Paper, plastic. Yes, I know, I'm bad for the environment, but it's so much easier. Get yourself paper plates, get yourself plastic forks and knives, and then just be done with it. Throw it all out. You got enough to deal with. Pine needles, gift wrapping, garbage all over the floor. Did you put up your tree yet? Did you get your tree yet? Do you use a real? Do you use artificial? There's so many decisions. Do we open gifts on Christmas Eve, or do we open them Christmas morn? Hang the stockings by the chimney with care, or do we hang them because nobody cares? It's a lot of decisions to be made, my friends. Life is about decisions. It's always decisions. It's very stressful. I'd like to go a day without having to make a decision. What do you want for dinner? It's always, that is a very stressful. And I think all these decisions, I can always remember, even growing up, it's always stressful, right? What do you want for dinner? And it's just stressful. You don't know. And I plan my meals and everything, and I'm a pretty regular eater. I don't have a high, if you know me again as a person in the fitness field and in the wellness category, I really keep my food groups to a real minimum. Okay, I'm not really, so my choices are usually pretty basic, pretty similar from day to day, but people do have, they'll choose anything, I don't know, it's very stressful. All these decisions add in stress, and I'm going to show you later on also how you could de-stress. There's a new thing that's hitting the New York area. It's really popular. I'm going to tell you what that is too. So you got to stay around. You want to know, you got to stay for all of this. You want to know what toys I got. You want to know how to de-stress. So much to talk about. And so little time. Let's get some business out of the way. So I talked already about Toys for Tots. You could still donate. What you do if you want to get a toy to some kids for the holidays, what's better than that? See, that's what you should do. You don't need to don't worry about being kind on that day. That's fine. But you show a little something leading up to it. You don't have to be so selfish, so about your own world. Open it up a little. Get a toy. Doesn't have to be an extravagant, bells and whistles type of $100 toy. Get something, go to Five Below, go to Marshall, go to TJ Maxx. They have great toys. The dollar store, or the dollar whatever it is now, they have great toys. You could get it to something. So what you do, you get that, and there's tons of location boxes. Banks, all the banks have a box. I think maybe even speaking of libraries, sometimes they have a box in their vestibule, or a lobby as we like to say. But many locations, okay? So you could still do that, drop it in the box. If you really want to go to the main location, you can go to the Marine Base in Garden City. That's where I go to deliver. I go right to the source. And that's, go right to the Marine Base. Usually as I'm coming on the base, I get shot at until they realize I'm just delivering toys and not infiltrating the Marine barracks. Because I come in, in my truck, and I got a bag. They don't know who the hell I am. And then, whoa, easy, fellas. It's just toys. I got shotguns from all different areas. M16s pointed right at. That's the way I'm going to go. Delivering toys. What a way to go, right? What a philanthropist. It'll be a great story for Newsday. And then whoever takes over this show, won't be Steve, trust me. Whoever takes over this show will have a nice, a little anecdote story. Steve, who used to do this show, got blown away delivering toys. Also, Island Harvest, Island Cares. Island Harvest is great for food collection. What you hear, they have their Island Harvest. You could donate cans of food. That's also a good time. You go to islandharvest.org. Islandharvest.org, it'll show you where to donate your holiday gift, which is always great. Things to do. I like to get that out of the way because that's important, and that's something you should really talk about. Let's get into the library thing a little bit. I don't like to get controversial. If you know me, I'm about fluff. I'm all about sound bites, silliness. I keep it light. This is not a forum for heavy political discussion or religious discussion or anything otherwise. But I saw something that was interesting. Let's see what it was. Let me get it out first. I should have put these in some kind of... Oh, this is what I definitely wanted to talk about in a moment. But this is here. I was reading this story, and Steve says, I don't read. Or, I only read Newsday. Contrary to the fact. I was reading an article in the Washington Post. The Washington Post. I'm an educated... I like to think of myself as a little bit higher level than Newsday. Not to tramp on Newsday, but, I'm worldly. And it was talking about this woman who worked in the Florida library. And she wanted to she was all about reading. She is young. She's in her young 50s. Her motivation, her drive, she loved books and worked in one of the school libraries. Okay, one of the Florida schools libraries. And she basically, her job became a new entailment of going through new Florida law that kept getting passed down about which books to have removed from all the classrooms, and all the teachers would come down and check with her which books can we not only just keep in the library, but what can they be teaching, whether it was social studies or any otherwise. And this became her job, is going through Florida law of what is acceptable and how she would keep her job and not even be prosecuted possibly for having material that would be unlawful now under new statutes of law in Florida especially. We always love Florida. Man, I'll tell you, I really dissected the problem with Florida. It's too humid there. They can't think straight. It's just a fin on the United States of humidity. And it's easily fixed. I don't know. They're always having these problems in Florida, and you saw it right off, and it floats right off, and it's its own island. You get rid of it. Not a problem. There's so many other places that want to be the 50th state of ours. I talked about this, right? There's Puerto Rico, there's the Bahamas, tons of places that would jump at the chance. Done with Florida. Go. You're done. You're out. People are insane. You know what I would say? This is what I would say then. No. So, she quit. It's a very, very good article. You see, she quit. And it said, she wanted to encourage students to read, not police it. And that's what she felt like she had become. So she quit. So this correlates, and now we're in 2023, right? So we think this is just happening now. So I go back. I get this great edition of Newsday, which I think I showed on the last show with Tony, about they were showing. I get these retro editions, and it was the 1970s. And I happen to, this catches my eye in the 1970s edition. It says there, court backs island trees on ban of library books. So this is not something new. This is 1976. This has been going on for banning books and policing what people read has been going on since books have been written. And I started to. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I was just curious. I was like, well, what books? What's going on? What are the top books? Show me a list of books of things that are getting banned or not allowed in classrooms or situated. And I saw my favorite book on there, To Kill a Mockingbird. To Kill a Mockingbird. Can you see that? It's a little glary. I have a special edition of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Her second book, Go Set the Watchman, the follow-up of this, was not good. But this is a classic. Atticus Finch. Doesn't get any better than that. Jeb and Scout. Oh, man. Fantastic. The movie was great. Book is great. To Kill a Mockingbird. You can see it's gold. Look at this edition. Look at this. Embossed, bound, gold bound. This is a special edition. This is the deluxe gift edition, as you can see. Right, and of course, if you know the book, you know it deals with racial issues in the Deep South in the 1930s. One of the best-loved classics of all time. To Kill a Mockingbird has earned many distinctions since its original publication in 1960. It has won the Pulitzer Prize, been translated into 40 languages, and has sold more than 30 copies, and now is banned. I mean, come on. What are you doing? It's just, so you go in, you say, hey, can I see that book?
No.
Come on.
No.
Please?
No.
What about it? What if I just take it out for a week?
No.
A day?
No.
Don't you want to read what you want? Read what you want. It's just ridiculous. But that caught my eye, and I'm a big fan of the library. I have family that works for the library. My sister's always been involved in the library, has gotten me out of many a fix at the library. The library, now, I had this whole big homage to the library today until I was set to do the show there, and then I was all booked, and then I got booted, kicked out, led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked, fixed, and kicked out the front door. They said, no, this is what they said. I said, am I all set?
No.
First they said this.
Yes.
And then I said, okay.
No.
What?
Yes.
So I'm good.
No.
Very confusing. Apparently the final decision was no. They were booked, and in both locations. Not even that other quadraphenic 1970s Shaggy Daggy Licious location, which we love so well. So no good, no bueno. So and I was going to give them a lot of love, and then not only that, but then I get this in the mail. I don't know if you can see that. Seaford Public Library. That's never a good thing, and it's not a holiday card, I'm guessing. I'm sure it's an overdue book. They sent me a letter. I forgot I had a book that's overdue there. So I wanted to give them a shout out, but then on the same day as I'm giving them this love with my pin. And about libraries being such a great place that they should, I get a letter, I get kicked out, now I don't know how to feel towards them. I'll let my sister know about it later. Anyway, so, this is pretty cool. So, we all know we're living in the world of Taylor Swift. We're all just guests. Visitors in her world. This is now her planet. Earth has been renamed Swift. Let me lay out the planetary system in case you're confused. Okay? You got Mercury, closest to the sun. Great place to get a tan. You got your Venus. Oh, who doesn't love Venus? Venus has got it. She's got it, baby. And then you got Taylor Swift. You got Swift. Planet Swift, and then you continue on with Mars. So, we get it. We all surrender, you're the best. But there's one person left on this planet that said, nah, hold the phone, hold my beer. Not so quick, Swift. Slow down, Swifty, because I still have a piece of this planet, and that would be none other than Beyonce, formerly of Destiny's Children. Steve hates when I call them that. So, Taylor Swift had that Eras tour in the movies where her concert was released as a movie, right? Made $600 quadrillion and blah, blah, blah. So, not to be outdone, Beyonce comes out with her movie/concert touring crap that's in the theaters. Of course, Jay-Z's a part of this. It's 2 hours, a measly 2:48 in area theaters. It's a celebration of talent and commitment of Beyonce's concert tour called Renaissance. Says Beyonce sweats all the details for this concert experience. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, it's same type of thing. So it's this tit for tat. So again, not to be outdone, because we all know it's been a week since Taylor Swift's not going to be outdone, not by Beyonce or anybody else. So she said, whoa. All right, you want to copy me? I'll do you one better. I got one better for you, Beyonce. A Taylor-themed cruise is coming next October. I kid you not. This is fantastic. So it's a Taylor Swift cruise. If you're a Swiftie, you'll be in this wildest dreams cruise. My only hope is that it crashes like the Titanic, and people are holding on to Taylor Swift mannequins to float into the middle of the Pacific or Atlantic. That would be colder. The Pacific would be too warm, but you would get a lot of sharks. So I'm okay either way. You want to go down in whatever this stupid cruise goes. When is it? The 5-day, 4-night cruise departs October 21st. Where else? Of course, Florida, Miami. And returns on October 25th, we hope. There's a lot of icebergs this time of year. You never know. Iceberg! Taylor Swift iceberg! Here's how much it is. They even put how much it is. Let's see how much the Taylor Swift cruise is. Now, is Taylor Swift going to be on this cruise? Is she the captain? It says originally prices were advertised. It's $2,000, depending on your room, for the 4 nights aboard the Allure of the Seas. It's actually slightly higher. What's included? You get meals, dinner. You get to hang out with Taylor Swift, and no, you don't get to hang out with her. This is terrible. It says, will Taylor Swift be there? It says, since Swift is not affiliated with the cruise, it is unlikely that she will attend. However, if you want your chance to see her before the cruise sets sail, you can visit Miami a few days before Swift is performing for 3 nights at the Hard Rock Cafe. Of course, how convenient. At the Hard Rock Stadium Cafe. I'm so done with her. I'm done with both of them. Both of them! There's not enough gross income for the two of them. I needed a sip of our proud non-sponsor Celsius to get me through the rest of this nonsense. Here's a classic. It's a holiday classic. Silent Night. A father seeks revenge on the gang that killed his son. I don't understand. Where's all the nice movies? This is not nice. This is not a holiday feel-good movie. Do you like watching do you get tired? They show the holiday movies. They're exhausting them already. Christmas Vacation, I've seen bits and pieces of it 27 times already. Elf has been all over the place. That horrible remake. It's not obviously a remake. It's a sequel of A Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Classic. Now they have the sequel, a Christmas Story, a Christmas Story Christmas, where he's now grown up, and it's terrible. I watched 3 minutes of it. It's god awful. It's awful. You can't bring back that magic, and it's just not good. So my recommendation is not for that. Let me get this story in before I do my Toys for Tots reveal. This really caught my eye, and believe me, you know my vision. And speaking of vision, it says here, suspensions loom over vision tests. It says 51,000, at least, New York drivers who put off their vision tests because they were allowed under the pandemic. These people will have their licenses suspended on this Friday, because that's when it expires. They were given a little carte blanche, if you will. They were given a time, okay? They were granted a little bit of time during the pandemic, because if people felt uncomfortable going to, they said, no worries. You can self-certify, but you do have to get that eye test eventually. Well, eventually has arrived. And you have very short time to get these. It really is any licenses that expired between March 1st of 2020, and August 31st of 2021. Okay? If your license had expired in those dates and you just put it off, using their special waiver at that time for the eye exam, you better get it now. You better somehow get it. I'll tell you why I'm smarter than the average bear. Because if you remember, and judging by the audience, you probably didn't, I didn't just play this game. I said I better get while the getting's good. So you know me. If I had binoculars and a telescope, there's no way. I went in to try to pass one of these tests. I actually went to the DMV. And I said, maybe I can, memorize the lines. I used to do that back in the day. I used to walk by the eye chart. Oh, but that's when it was a little more busier. I went during, that pandemic time, and they were letting one person at a time. There was no cheating. So they put me out this line. I might as well have been reading across the state. They might as well have asked me to read an eye chart in California from New York. Because I was like, I don't know. E? No idea. So they were like, you shouldn't even be on the road. You're a danger to yourself, more importantly, a danger to others and to the world. So I said, this is not going to work. And I can't get glasses and go through this whole thing because I have this special eye affliction, not to get too medical. But it's basically like a stigma, which really is the staple of my whole existence, is a stigma. There's a whole stigma on me, but especially to my eye. It's one of those, So I Google, man, did I Google the hell out of my Googling. My computer was smoking. And I found an online eye test. And I said, this can't be. And it was for New York only. And I said, this is not, you scheduled an appointment online. I waited. It was that time. I clicked on the link. I said, this is such a fraud. It can't be real. It can't be real. Someone comes on, and she goes, I'm going to take the payment, and the doctor will be with you to administer the test. I said, doctor? Wow. And she took my name and information, and she said, I think she said 12 feet back of the computer. Talk about your honor system. So I pretended to do that walk back type of thing. I kind of leaned back, and I didn't really move. Because I was nervous. I said, all right, so far it seems like this is going to be a real thing. And she said the doctor will be right. The doctor comes, a woman I don't know if she was a doctor, an ophthalmologist, who knows what she was. She had a white coat, good enough for me. And she starts pulling up letters on the computer. And the first were like 2 letters, a giant C and a giant A. I go, C-A. Good. Nailed it. Now I'm feeling confident. And I'm like, is this real? This can't be. Then they script, I'm thinking it's going to get progressively harder. It can't be. So then they go 3 letters, 4 letters, and I'm nailing it. And then she tried one more. I think I got them all but one. It was a little smaller. And she said, okay, we just wanted to see if you could do that. You're good. You're all set. We'll notify the D. I said, is that it? And then I got my license. It was all set. I mean, unbelievable. So I went that route. I'm sure, and I'm good for it. That covers you for like 8 years. So by the time I'll basically I'll be blind, but hopefully not. Steve always makes fun of me because I squint a lot driving. Maybe I'll get a patch. But I'm telling you, if you are one of these people, you can't do that. You're going to have to... And I don't even have the link anymore. I should have saved that because I'll need it in 8 years. Alright, 7 o'clock. Let's reveal my Toys for Tots, shall we? Oh yeah, it was delivered. You guys know that insignia. You know that. That's Amazon, baby. The smiling arrow. Alright, let's open it up and see what we got. This is great. Oh. Opens up nice and easy. You gotta hand it to them. Alright, well let's see what we got. Oh, look how nice. Woo! A beautiful. Look at that glove. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Lefty. If you haven't noticed, a lefty glove. You know I do lefties. Beautiful. I love the smell of leather in the morning or in the evening. Oh, beautiful. We got one more. Let me see. Oh, another one. Fantastic. Now this one is blue. I got 2 different colors. A boy and a girl. But it doesn't have to be labeled any colors. It could be, I was traditional pink and blue, but this is not even a real true pink, and these are just fun colors. 2 lefty gloves, because as a lefty, and I've talked about this, lefties are very much, we're left out, because the world is made for righties. And speaking of which, baseball gloves. When I was a kid, it was always very hard to find a lefty baseball mitt. It's such a hard time. And I did not want poor kids to have to go through this. So I went in, I told you this, I've gone into stores, it's all righty. So I went online, and I ordered what I wanted, 2 fun gloves with the ball. You can see, I got the ball for the kids. You can't have fun with just a mitt, you gotta have a ball to have catch with. And so 2 lucky kids are going to have a lot of fun. Maybe they'll become professional baseball players. Who knows? Who knows what your gift will bring? What interest it will spark? Maybe get a kid a microscope. They'll become a scientist. You don't know. An instrument. They'll become a musician. A microphone. They'll become a podcast host. Dare to dream. Dare to dream. There's a cereal issue going on. Did you hear about this? Look at this here. It says shoppers are opting for cheaper cereals. So they like, we like the Kellogg's, of course, the name brand Post. You like your go-to brands. Are you someone that's more thrifty, or you like your brand, right? Are you like, I don't care, I'll pay the extra 59 cents, the extra buck for the brand? You're paying, obviously we know we're paying for brand, right? But, or are you willing to go to say, you know what, Kellogg's Schmellogg's, I'm going for this brand. Some kind of, brand out in some kind of, who knows what country, the knockoff brand. In Saskatchewan, India. And it's almost Frosted Flakes, it's Frosted Fakes. That is so bad. Did you get what I did there? Frosted Fakes? Oh, delicious in the morning. No? Maybe a little Raisin Bland. Help the stomach out a little bit. Raisin Bland. It's almost the real cereal. It's just not. It's just a little different. Honey Bunches of oh shoot. I'm sorry. I had better ones. Lucky Harms. Anyway, so, but did you think about that? I don't know. Are you, I don't know. It depends what it is. Certain things you want your brand, certain things you don't mind buying the generic brand, and it's like anything else, right? What are you paying for? It's basically the same ingredients, it's the same thing, so don't be brand sold. You're paying for the name Kellogg's. And if you look up John Kellogg, he was a lunatic. And he invented a sanitarium for people to start eating gruel. He was a very insane man. And actually who stayed at his sanitarium was a gentleman named C.W. Post. Post cereal. They created the first cereal war. So these maniacs have a cornerstone on the cereal market. So don't pay for the brand. Go out there, make them. You want to challenge brands that feel they're so embedded in our Americana that they don't have to do anything anymore, right? Kellogg's is there, McDonald's is there, Coke is there. These people don't have to spend a dime on advertising. If you haven't heard of McDonald's by now, do they really need to run a commercial to tell you about a Big Mac? I mean, come on. Does Kellogg's need to show you that they have a cereal called Frosted Flakes? I mean, what? Coca-Cola? You never heard of Coke? So I like challenging, poking the bear. Go out there, buy a generic brand. If you get a couple of little, side effects, what's the difference? Maybe it adds a laxative effect. You don't know. Maybe you're in the bathroom for 3 days afterwards. But does it matter? You're putting your foot down. And your stomach. Can't be that. It's just cereal. Always, to this day, I'm a fan. I'm gaga over raisins. That's my thing. Speaking of another woman who has another piece of the pie of the planet, Lady Gaga. I don't want to leave her out. Of course not. Especially with a great name like that. Lady Gaga. 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 Hey, did you see this? They're coming out with a new doll. This is a Cherokee Indian Barbie. It says here, her Man Killer. Wilma Mankiller was a chief of the Cherokee Nation, but not that long ago, and she was actually heralded as a advocate of her people. And does she look like the Barbie? See, that's the real picture, and then they're coming out with a Barbie. And apparently the Cherokee Nation, who should be thrilled, they're not so thrilled. They don't like the, Mattel just went on their own and kind of dressed them as they still think. I'm just saying, it's getting a little crazy. It's fine. It's just fine. You know what? Get one of these, put them under the tree for the holiday. I didn't... Stop looking at me like that. I didn't say a thing. You think you know me, but you don't. I'm just saying, it's a doll. Enjoy. Do what you please. I got a button. I'm wanted by 3 libraries in Nassau County right now. I don't even know if I can go out after this show. And you're yelling at me about Wilma Mankiller Barbie? That's the name. It's I'm not even lying to you. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. My only safe place is sitting in my bedroom listening to Taylor Swift music and feeling okay with myself. It's the only time I feel strong and empowered is listening to a Swiftie song. Maybe a little Beyonce. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Who would be the men version of these trio of grossing? He had a moment. John Legend. They just don't. Jay-Z. There's not really 3 men that, that are like that. You know what I'm saying? There's the Ushers and these people. He's going to perform at the Super Bowl. But they're not, the fanfare that these 3 are getting. I don't like when people get too much. I don't, it's not for me. I can't stand that pounding of their drumming, drilling it into you everywhere you turn, and then media takes a hold of it and they have to be all on board. God forbid you should say anything negative You have to be part of the trend. Or you will be, so they're all, oh my God. But since this is not real media, I can say what I want. I don't like it. I would never have the three of them on my show. If I got a call right now from Taylor Swift, she said, hey Steve, can I be on the Steve Squared Show? I don't think so. I think I'm booked next week. I have a horticulturist coming on to help me save Kermit. It's going to be a great show. I got a new chef over at Benihana in Port Washington. It's going to come on and tell me how to make chicken fried steak. I don't got time for you, Taylor. You can wait in the green room. We'll see if we can squeeze you in. Somewhere between Mercury and Mars. I swore I was going to be kinder this month. I wanted to be a nicer person. A happier person. And how do I do that? I'll tell you how. A sound bath. So, this is about healing stress. Are you stressed? Of course you are. It's the holiday time. Kids are screaming. Little Bobby wants that new toy with the movable robotic arms and the AI-infiltrated voice activation. Little Susie wants the same thing. Maybe she wants the Man-Killer doll. Maybe he wants the Man-Killer Wilma doll. You can't find it. It's not on the shelves. You don't know what's going on. You're trying to buy To Kill a Mockingbird. That's been banned. You don't know what to buy. You don't know what's going on. You're confused. You're lost. You're stressed. I said a real tree, an artificial tree. You don't know what to do. Plastic or silverware. There's so many decisions. Take a moment. That's when you pause. You finish watching the show, the Steve Squared Show. Got 15 minutes left, so don't panic. I got plenty more. And you take yourself a lovely sound bath. Now, it is not involving water. This is a little kind of conundrum here. It says it doesn't involve water, a tub, or bubbles. It's rhythm and tones with instruments such as crystals, tuning forks, chimes. It's a very holistic-y, chimey, rhythmic, kind of Gregorian type of enchanting feel and sound, okay? You're directed by instructors in a studio, of course you are, because there's always a fee. Small groups are invited to recline and immerse themselves in the experience. It's all about an experience. Jen Foote, an instructor of this nonsense. See, there's a job for everybody. This insane nonsense has an instructor who's actually making a living. If people can't get work, and here's a job. Rhythmic chiming tones to give overstressed, high anxiety, pampered millennials. I need to have my time. I need my space. I'm too stressed. I need a sound bath where somebody takes a tuning fork over my head. Joni Isoland of West Islip said, I'm 100% going back. I feel so refreshed afterwards. I felt like a new me. I can tackle the world. Yeah, okay. Go tackle the world. I'll tell you what I can tackle. In your face, in your face, in your face, sucker! Where to go for this nonsense? They have one right here in Massapequa, right by the library. Emerge Integrated. I'm going in. I'm doing it. If anybody's looking for a last-minute Christmas gift, you haven't gone shopping yet. You're saying, Steve, what do I get for Steve from the Steve Squared Show? This is what I want. I don't care what it costs. I deserve it. I deliver to you Monday after Monday after Monday for years. Years I've entertained you people. And what do I get in return? Nothing. I don't even hear anything. Once in a while I get a call, little comments. That's okay. 623 Broadway, Massapequa. Emerge Yoga Wellness. It's also a yoga studio. So I can go there for this nonsense, or Angel Wings and Amethyst Healing House. That sounds nice. Just saying the word amethyst. Amethyst. I feel better saying that word. Angel Wings and Amethyst Healing. In Manorville. It's a lot of M's. In Moriches, Middle Island Road in Manorville. Can go there. That sounds a little far. It says a sound bath session can cost as little as $22 or up to as much as $125. That's a big range. I guess it depends if you get a good instructor or not. They use rhythmic tones. What to wear. Here's what you should wear. Sound bath practitioners. Practitioners. I wonder if you have to be licensed to be a sound bath practitioner. Advise participants to wear comfortable clothing. Stretchy pants and a soft top are ideal. Layers are suggested so you can adjust your comfort level. What to bring. An American Express or Visa credit card. What a scam. What a scam. Bring singles if you... Bring cash. We prefer cash. If you could bring tons of singles to tip your practitioner, that would be much appreciated. I like this show I've been watching. It's called The Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd. It's a great show. It's on the History Channel. I'm a big history buff. And he talks about these unbelievable occurrences, just like the Bermuda Triangle, or weird, creepy places, or Dan Aykroyd has this history that his grandfather was part of actual ghost searching, and that's where he got the idea to write the script for Ghostbusters. His father was involved in his grandfather involved in the supernatural and all of this nonsense. I say nonsense. Tomorrow I'll wake up in the middle of the night. Who knows what'll happen to me. But never tempt fate. Don't put that bad energy out there. So the Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd. Watch it. I really recommend it. It's very good. I saw a couple of episodes. There's a few of them, and they look at a different, really a strange place or something. One of these amazing, really rare events. They analyze everything and they show you. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Very cool. This bothered me. I don't like dressing dogs up in this stuff. These people that dress their dogs up at the holiday time, stop torturing your dog. You might think your little bougie dog looks cute with your little hat and your little bonnet and all this nonsense. I'm sure the dog hates this. You're torturing your dog. Stop it. What if your dog came over to you and started dressing you, put a tail on you and tried to make fun of you and took a selfie and posted it on Instagram? You wouldn't like it. So stop doing it to your dog. I'm sure your dog doesn't like it. It just wants to be petted. Isn't that enough? Stop it already. Stop torturing your dog. I was going to do that story, but I don't. So the Yankees lost Severino. He moved on. He went to a different. He went to the Mets. I don't understand this. And are they that lacking? Newsday, I tell you, I get on them sometimes, even though are they that hard up for stories? I mean, they have a story here. Aaron takes next step. Okay, hence the quintessential play on step, because he can't take steps. So because this guy's on a practice field with a helmet on, they use up 20 pages of Newsday. Jets QB gets medical okay. Back on practice field. He's not doing anything. He's just walking. This is nonsense. To sell tickets. I've seen it done. They've done it with the Yankees when Aaron Judge got hurt. Every day, I'll be back on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. They're conning these stupid Jet fans who are just, if they haven't learned by now, good, you deserve what you get. If you haven't learned by now to stop rooting for this disaster of a team who doesn't even play in the state of New York. It's ridiculous. So they try to give this phony narrative. Oh, if the Jets win and they still have a window of making the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers is looming, and this, and he might be bad, and then they lose, of course, again, and then they say that's it. And then this moron, where is this idiot? Where is this idiot? Hold on a second. Let me find it here. You know, I get things out, I have it all ready, and then it's gone. I had the stupid dog story. Severino. We all know about Severino. There. Then, look at this. This is another thing that really burns my bridges. Then, Joe Namath, who's about, who knows, about 112. He played for the Jets in like the 60s or whatever, or in the 50s. I don't even know when this guy played. And they back page it. He says, Broadway, no. Namath pleads to Jets owner, don't allow Rodgers to risk it. As if what he's saying matters. They're just spelling this narrative like Joe Namath cares. He's not going to play. Believe me, he can't. He's still in a boot, basically. What are they? And they're acting like Joe Namath. Broadway Joe's coming. He's like 112, and he's telling them what to. And they put it on the back page. You might remember Joe Namath's previous appearance on national TV when he was 3 sheets to the wind, propositioning that young female reporter to a kiss. This is who they put on the back. I mean, they don't. There's no rhyme or reason to anything. Right? Everybody stands for these firm beliefs and these righteous ways. Their big story about listening to this guy who was propositioning a woman on TV and he was hammered. What are you doing? Oh, come on. It's just stupid. One stupid story after the next. There's no consistency. That's what is the problem. There's no consistency. There's no results without consistency. You're not going to gain gains of exercise, and I say this to my clients, I say this to you. Everything is about consistency, right? You can't just do it here and there. You've got to put the work in. And that's also about your stands and your beliefs, and you can't flip-flop. So you can't say, well, I stand for this, and this is a great thing, and, but at the same token, you throw Joe Namath on the back page as some advocate for what's right and wrong. What? And I love Broadway Joe. Who doesn't love Broadway? Great. He used to wear that fur coat. He did that commercial with the nylon pantyhose. It's fantastic. Fantastic. But I want Newsday editors, and I want you at home, to YouTube, put in Joe Namath hammered or drunk on national TV, and watch that video, which was a few years ago, when they were interviewing him on the sidelines of the game, and he said, I don't give a crap about the Jets, they suck. You're about a little kid. I lie not to you. You can get lied to everywhere. You come here for the truth. And now this is the gospel of who they want to go to make their future plans and decisions, as if they were even risking it anyway. They were not going to play. And what's the risk? This guy's 45 years old anyway, Aaron Rodgers. Like, everything is this publicity stunt. They're a publicity stunt. That's what the Jets are. They're a joke. You want a real team to root for? You want something in New York? The Knicks are they put this on the back page. This nonsense. This other numbnuts. Severino. This guy's been hurt he hasn't pitched in years. They put this on the back page. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks, playing in the heart of New York City, Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, are playing tremendous basketball. They're top 4 in the conference. They are in the quarterfinals tomorrow, playing the Milwaukee Bucks. There's only 8 teams out of 30. Only 8 teams made it to the quarterfinals of this in-season nonsense tournament, which again is contrived by the NBA to try to draw more dollars. But whatever. The Knicks are part of this. 8 teams that made it. They're playing tremendous. The team is exciting. It's great. It's the heart of New York. It's basketball in Manhattan, in the city. They play in New York. They actually play in New York. They play where their jerseys say. They don't play in another state. They don't play just off of New York. They're not, askew to New York. They're not playing on an island somewhere. They're actually a New York team. So stop watching the Jets and Giants. Do yourself a favor. Please. I'm not saying to watch the Knicks because I don't want you people. If you haven't watched them by now, It's not going to be. It's not a good thing anyway. We don't want you. But the Knicks are playing tomorrow night. TNT. They're playing the Bucks quarterfinals. 7:30. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait. I'm locked in. So that should be very exciting. Is there anything I wanted? That was pretty. There was a couple of Dear Amy's, but I didn't. This guy talks about. This is one Dear Amy. I don't like that one. Let's try this one. I'll end you with a Dear Amy. Dear Amy, I am 39 and I have 3 younger brothers. One of them is engaged and living with his fiancée. And one weekend last summer we all stayed with him. And I cannot stand his fiancée. This is the guy's, the brother, the sister. Part of it is on principle. My brother is 37 and she is 26. Big deal. I can see where this is going already. Jelly! He is a doctor. Fantastic. And I think he focused on getting established, and when he wants to have kids, he picked a younger woman. Oh, you can see the hate already. I have a lot of female friends in their 30s who describe dating as very specifically hard, specifically because men want younger women. I was going to make a joke, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate. The other part is that she is such a Stepford wife. I don't even know what that means. She is a teacher. Okay, we all like to make fun of teachers. I get that. And was off for the summer. I'm with her there. Their entire house was clean and organized. She had meals planned. She made activities for our brother's kids and looked incredible. Thin, young, hot. It feels like my smart, accomplished brother picked a young, hot woman instead of somebody his own age. I agreed to be a bridesmaid because I couldn't think of a way to say no. But I don't know how to fake it for an entire wedding. Oh, God. An entire wedding. My husband just said she was very nice to us, which is true. The husband is probably, her husband's also probably like, woo! I need help not tearing my hair out. Well, I would have started my answer off with, Dear Jelly, you're jealous. That's all you are. Your brother can't be happy, he picked somebody 10 years, you know, she's a teacher, she's not using him for his doctoral money, she's welcomed you, you're jealous. And nobody cares about your single 30-year-old friends that can't find a date. Wow. And I'm right in line with Dear Amy. She says, and it's Dear, and she's signed Anonymous. So Dear Anonymous, please reread your letter. It is ageist, petty, cruel, bedazzled with cheap assumptions, and ungrateful to the point of comedy. Your brother chose from your description a kind, generous, inclusive person who's underpaid in a self-sacrificing career. All you hate her for is her looks. Right on. Good job, Amy. I like that. Me and her were right on the same page. Total jealousy, total hater, total just, don't be happy for your brother. The way he made it sound was like he's like 54 and he's dating some 18-year-old. Stop it. See, 37, 26. Hike? Anyway, 7:30. We'll end on a Dear Amy. That's always nice. So to wrap up this confusing show, don't put your dog in little crazy outfits. Do go to Island Cares, Harvest Cares, and it's Island Harvest, actually. Long Island Cares. I got two donation mixed up. IslandHarvest.org or Long Island Cares. That's where you can donate. Toys for Tots always. You can bring them right to any of your local drop-offs. Or to Garden City, Marine Base, Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York. What else did we learn today? That we need to explore more options other than Beyonce and Swift. Although I do love cleaning the floors with the old Taylor Swifter. Man, does my floor shine like you'll never believe. I know. Take it easy. Don't listen to drunk, old football players for advice. Never a good idea. We learned a lot today. And you know what? I am going to reread To Kill a Mockingbird because nobody's going to tell me what I can and cannot read. I enjoy this book. It's a real coming of age story. And you know what? I enjoyed it. And I think you should pick a book and read it. Right? We're going to talk. I want you to tell me that's your homework this week. I want you to look at one of these banned books. Right? I'm a Norma Ray today. Right on, brothers and sisters. Get yourself, go on that list, pick a book and read it. You show them. You show the man, the woman, any man. So that's your homework. I like to give you homework. So that really concludes a lot. We gave you a whole meal, a whole entree to digest. I hope it wasn't too much. 7:30. Go relax. You just watch the show. But before you do, go over to my Instagram, Stephen R. Kaminsky. Give me a like. Give me a shout. Tell me how you liked the show, what you didn't like, your thoughts on anything. I'd love to share, talk with you about anything you'd like to talk about. Next week, we'll be back in the studio. We'll have Steve, Tony, try to get some guests. We'll see what's going on next week. Should be fun. For myself, I'd like to say hi to the fam. I always say hi to the fam, mom and dad, great listeners, brothers, sisters, and nieces and nephews, and everybody out there in the Steve Square land. And wherever Steve is, who knows what Steve is? He's off in an abyss. Hey, got a lot of people watching. My bud Jeff out there. He's saying he's hopefully dialed in. Because he's probably not at Monday Mystery Movie. Let's be honest. If there was a Monday Mystery Movie, you'd be watching that. And hopefully some everybody else. Thank you so much. For myself, for Kermit. Don't be aggressive out there, right? Take it easy out there on the roads. Just be safe. You know, take your time. You'll get where you're going. Don't worry. Stores will be all too happy to stay open and take your money. So have a wonderful week. I will see you next Monday night, 6:30 on the Steve Square Show. Once again, Funny Man CBK signing off. Have a great night.